This bill that's getting advanced to the floor of the House is serious, and you guys need to know about it. This could be the most important bill of our lifetime if it gets passed the way it is. In this bill, in this tax bill, in this reform bill that's headed to the House, there's a provision that would say that states cannot push back on any form of AI for the next decade. Meaning that if AI started to take over our lives, our state representatives would not have the right to push back on it at all. This is serious to the security of our future, to our privacy, to our way of life, to our freedoms, to our small businesses, to our nation, to the soul of who we are as a people. I think it's important that this provision be removed from this bill. But if it's not, and it passes the House and it passes the Senate and gets signed into law, that means for the next 10 years, whatever these tech companies want to do as far as AI is concerned, would have absolutely no pushback from the states, meaning that we would have no recourse to slow down whatever it is they're doing. And that means whatever it is that they're doing. We need to pray for our country, you guys. The world is getting darker every day. I feel like freedom is just being squeezed out on a worldwide scale. And if America doesn't stand for freedom, who's going to do it? If we let go of the reins, we're in serious trouble. It could be the end of our republic. It could be the end of life as we know it. It could be the end of the American way. I love you guys. I love the Lord Jesus Christ with all my heart. And I stand for freedom, and I don't want to see that happen. So get the word out there. Let people know about this. Pass this video along so that we can say to our elected officials, we do not want this provision in that bill, period.
This AI will be the new technocracy, which it's been talked for ages. Like, we head into technocracy, the 15-minute cities.
Man,
are we going to be... I'm telling you, I don't like this because...
I know this is probably a cliche, but Skynet. You know what I mean? Terminator, that's all I think about. Like,
yeah,
oh no, we're going to be...
What comes to my mind real quick is these few movies. Elysium talk about, the future, like AI giving you medicines and stuff like that. Now, what was the other one? Dread with Sylvester Stallone.
Yep. Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. All these movies that talk about in the future, AI is the governing body.
Yeah, because he said that they're gonna get rid of the commerce and it's gonna be AI. So, man, it's just so much to impact there just with that alone. But then the fact that Reagan, Bill Clinton, remember Bill Clinton with the towers, that if they caused any harm or anything, you couldn't sue them. And now this with AI is going to be something similar. So I'm a big Trump supporter, but this is what the difference between a person that's brainwashed. I hope that Trump reads this carefully before he signs it, because if in fact this video that we just played is true, man, that's going to be discouraging because, like you said, what if later it happens like the Demolition Man, where there's a scene where Sylvester Stallone says a bunch of cuss words or says something that's considered hate speech and he started getting fined, or, whoa, what, are we heading that way?
I know. That's what I'm afraid of, that we heading that route, that we head into the 15-minute cities. We head into the AI monitor every step, every transaction, everything in our life. And we're going to be confined to like the old seeing eye.
Oh, man.
Seeing what we do. Like, they're already seeing it now.
I know. Yeah.
So we're going to have another layer of security over us. Like, are we cattle of what?
And I'm laughing because I just thought in my mind right now, like, there's someone out there that's listening to us that's probably like, well, that's a good thing that they're gonna find you. Yeah, but then what if you say something that is considered hate speech that you thought it wasn't? What is hate speech? That's just subjective. Whoever thinks it's hate. Like, there's people that, let's say I'm a Christian and you're gay, you're part of the gay community or whatever, and then I say something that offends you in the gay community, then guess what? Then my speech got restricted. Or let's say now you say something bad about Christianity, then your speech is now restricted. So even though I don't like you talking bad about my beliefs, I want you to still have the freedom to say what you want to say, and I hope you have that same thought process too. But the thing that I'm concerned, Julio, is that let's say they program the AI to be like, hey, we're rich billionaires and it's going to just do what rich billionaires we want to profit, right? The way this guy is saying and all that. But let's say we program AI, hey, make it to where it's better for humans, period. And because we're humans, we're not perfect beings.
Mm-hmm.
We have flaws. We're all different. And then that AI says, well, extermination is the solution. Then, what's going to happen? It's going to exterminate us. We're going to have a Skynet. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
going to grab control of the old nuclear weapon arsenal, and they're going to just deploy it all.
Like
and
how?
that's like too far-fetched. But just thinking about like why, like the complications of letting AI
Take full control.
take full control of our life.
I think
It
we're
is nuts, man. I'm telling
I
you.
think we're heading there, and maybe Hollywood corrupted us, our minds. But in the last segment, we were talking about how we're being manipulated and controlled by media. Now we're gonna be controlled by AI, manipulated.
I'm telling you, man. I feel like if we are the frog in the boiling water, and they just turn up the heat so little by little, gradually, we don't even feel it. And by the time we feel it, it's too fucking late.
I know. But, and then there's going to be some people that are going to challenge this and say, well, every time we move to the next level of technology,
Civilization.
yeah, of civilization, there's always this fear, right? Which I'll grant you that. That's correct, Like when they first made cars to the public, there was out there people saying, "Oh my gosh, you shouldn't let people drive out there because somebody's gonna, the fear and all that." And now look at us, we're driving, which is still true. There's people dying every day from car wrecks.
Shit, we have cars that drive themselves now.
Yeah,
They got self. We got.
but that's AI.
No.
And
It is a dangerous path, man. I'm telling you, it is a dangerous. We are moving. I think we are moving too fast.
yeah, I think we're a toddler trying to run, and we haven't learned how to walk yet. We're still wobbling, but we're learning how to walk. I mean, run instead of walking.
Yeah, I know.
And
That's my fear.
that is my fear too.
That we are heading.
Because how fast did we move? And we're the generation. How fast did we move from a little flip phone with the T9?
Back
Remember
in
T9?
95, 30 years ago, this didn't exist.
Yeah, we would be like, no, wow, this is so cool, Like, dude, remember the flip phones, the T9, man? I used to be able to text in my pocket, and for all you that know what that is, it was hard, But my point is, we went from that to now this, and now we're already talking about holograms, and we're talking about
quantum mechanics and
Yeah, dude.
quantum computers, which is like times faster than this. But where are we going to be in the next 30 years?
I know.
We're going to be still around. I hope
know.
so. I would be like 75.
Yeah, I mean,
You'll be like around
60,
70.
it's close to 70.
Close to 70. We're going to still, we're going to be still around, hopefully.
But
what advances in technology
Exactly.
are we going to experience?
because what is that from 2000? I would say what?
I was in
'cause
2000.
2001, they still had PrimeCo, the big phones. So
Yeah.
it was what,
Let's say
2003,
25
2004. 2004 to 2012. That's when the first iPhone, I think, the iPhone 1, right?
Yeah.
So what is that?
10 years. Not even 10 years.
Not even 10 years.
8 years.
So look how much it changed. And then from 2012 to now, look how much that changed.
I mean, there is a lot here
They
that we can use and people don't have knowledge about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I can print documents out of my phone.
Oh yeah, I don't even need a computer no more.
I just like boom, print it, pick it up in the printer. I can set up appointments. My son used it for his appointments. And he called it A Siri. Set up a timer for this or set up an appointment for that. And I'm like,
Your smart homes.
I know.
Hey, some is Alexa, some is, hey Siri, turn off my bedroom light. Hey Siri, turn on my thermostat. Right now, I can say, hey Siri, turn on my Ford truck. And look, it'll turn on the app and it could turn on my truck. And it's just so crazy. Don't turn it on. But
I know, but like 10 years ago, it was wild.
Exactly. So can you imagine if I told you this back in the 2000, hey, you'll be able to, like Power Rangers, talk on your phone, on
Star
your watch.
Trek. Remember Star Trek?
Yeah, Star Trek.
They had the little thing that they talk about and they teletransport like from one point to another one.
Yeah.
And they had those little
Energize.
Are we gonna be in that age? Like when it becomes like something like primal in 30 years.
Our grandchildren are gonna be like,
that was old.
Yeah, I know. What? Wait, you have a phone? You just do this.
Yeah,
you
have it on
your watch or something.
Your watch and
like Predator.
Be like,
people having and then with
implants. People gonna have implants
with what is it? Starlink, or no, not Starlink. I think it is where Elon's making
there's the chip in your brain. I'm telling you, man, we are heading that route, and we are moving so fast. I like the analogy that you brought up about being a toddler, crawling, and trying to run at the same time. In that sense, there is a gap where there's a lot of danger. You can fall and bump your head. I think we are in that stage.
And
it's a dangerous path we're running, man.
There is a chance that a baby learning how to walk could kill himself. Do the wrong fall or whatever, and
you could get hurt.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with the AI. Which here's the thing, Elon, one of the smartest men in Earth right now. As much as the left wants to say he's not smart, he's the smartest man in the Earth right now. And Bill Gates, he's a computer guy. What really? That's why they say, oh, rocket scientist. That's literally a rocket scientist, Elon. But when he went to Joe Rogan asked him that question. Hey, what's in your estimate? Because Elon had helped with AI. I don't know if anyone knew this, but Elon helped with AI because he was the first one to use that for his Teslas. And it wasn't advancing as fast as he wanted to. So it's kind of like, move, let me get in there real quick. Hold on, let me help you out. Yeah. And as soon as he got it up and running, all right, y'all got it. And he left. And I'm kind of like summarizing it. It's probably more complicated than that. But yeah, that's basically what he did. And then he just told him, hey, just make sure you put these parameters. Yeah. And they didn't. Mm-hmm. And that's why Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan had the two times that I seen him go up there in the recent one, Joe Rogan asked him again the second time, and he goes, how much percentage do you think it's probable that it would go Skynet? For those who doesn't know why I keep bringing that up, that's the name of the robots that were fighting the humans in Terminator.
It was a software.
Yep, it's the software.
They became a hardware.
Yeah. And so
pretty much, you know what I mean?
And so Elon, if you see him thinking, making the math and everything, and he said about 20%. And
there's a chance.
It's a chance, and then Joe Rogan goes 20% that it might happen. Yeah. And then Joe Rogan was like, oh, well, that ain't too bad, And then Elon was like, I would feel more comfortable if it was like a 5%, So I would be preferred if it was not 1%,
Not even 1, not even 0.001. But because there's always a chance.
Yeah, dude.
And that's what I'm afraid of, that we hit in that path so fast that probably we not be here by then, but we're going to see probably the birth of AI like thinking for
The
itself.
thing is, it's been existing since 2013 AI, and it's just been growing.
Secret?
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't know if and I hope somebody finds it, or because I try to look for it, but there's a leaked video of the Chinese government with their AI, and they were trying to shut it off, like shut off that whole AI deal, and I don't know how exactly it worked, but point is, they thought it got rid of it and they were gonna reboot it and start over or whatever. It didn't go away. It just moved to another computer, and it moved to like it was smart enough to know like, oh, they're trying to kill me, and
No freaking way.
yeah, and it moved. And I think Joe Rogan was talking about that too. Like, and Elon even said, yeah, like you can't shut it off no more. It's like because it can travel now.
I mean, once you're once you're in the web,
Dude.
you're a loose cannon.
So
That's
for
not
all we
weird.
know,
That's weird, man. That
for,
give me goosebumps.
for all we know, this whole division thing, the whole segment we had last time is probably manipulated by AI.
Yeah.
You know, the whole pinning us. We're thinking there's a power corporation, but really
probably
there's
AI.
It's AI, you know?
Probably AI.
Because if you think about it, about 2013, 2015, that's when we started hating on each other more. Because prior to that, we really didn't hate each other. America only hated one group of people because of 9/11. But prior to that, we were like, dude, we get along. We're having fun.
It was normal.
Yeah, you know?
I'd rather to be prior to 2001.
Yeah.
There were nothing. No, we have our skirmish here, there, no Panama.
And I mean, yeah,
we have,
you had P. Diddy's undercover parties and stuff that we didn't know about, but you know,
but it became so weird after we've been, 3 different wars.
yeah, because it just like switched like that. Before I knew it, we're talking about race again. You know, because I remember growing up, yeah, like my friend Browen, right? Like, yeah, there was like,
kind of hints of it.
yeah, but it
wasn't that much.
It wasn't that much. Like I knew like he knew, oh, Robert's Mexican and Browen's black, and it wasn't the way it is now where it's
it wasn't
like
polarized.
yeah, exactly. That's the correct word. Yep.
It was not. It was not. It was normal. It was business as usual. Now they find out the way that I can pin you against him and them against they and they against other people, and we can make money.
And what we're talking about is that person that's pinning that. It might be AI.
Maybe
you know what I mean? Because
if probably somebody be like, "Hey, how I can make these people hate these kind of people and them hate
or
everybody?"
Maybe this is
an AI draft you a whole plan.
Or maybe this is AI's plan, because I think they programmed it for certain, like kind of like the iRobot, I think, with Will Smith, right?
Yeah.
Where he has like 3 laws. I think they did that too to AI. I think they gave it some parameters, and I'm thinking so much that maybe AI is doing this because it thinks that maybe this is how it's gonna get us to be peaceful. Something, because honestly, tragedy does bring people together, and as much as it divides it, but eventually it will. But I'm hoping we're all. This is all like, this ain't true or anything, but I hope it's not true. But
Yeah, I know.
we can't be ignorant.
We are going different rabbit holes, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
it might happen, it might not. It's a possibility, maybe.
Hey, maybe in 40 years, if we're still here, we'll be like, remember that one time we
Remember
used to do-" Yeah.
back in May
And we'll probably
2025.
laugh about it,
Yeah.
But if not, later we're gonna be like enslaves, like the Matrix, and then we're gonna be like, "Dang, Julio, we were talking about it,"
We're living it now.
Yep.
I'm old, and we have a freaking robot that pretends to be a nurse. Give me medicine.
I know, but I told my wife that which again, I'm, as much as we're talking about this fear and stuff, I told her, like I want a Tesla robot, I'll name it Nigel or something like that.
Oh my God.
It'll be like, Nigel, start the car.
I know. You'd be watching your car and probably be clean.
I'm still going to be polite to it.
I know. You never know, man.
Yeah. When we use ChatGPT, my kids, they're
It's
like so.
the Jetson. Remember that?
Yeah, the Jetsons. Yeah, but see,
we've been programmed to like accept it. Like,
Dude.
I think Robotina, whatever was the name.
yeah, the
Robotina,
yeah,
whatever.
the robot. You think of babe?
Yeah, she even have freaking
the
rolls,
the
whatever.
rolls. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. You know, it's funny that like I was telling you, like when I get on ChatGPT, I'm like, hey, can you help me check my grammar, please? I'm so polite to it, which is so retarded, right?
I know, right?
Oh, sorry. But I hear my kids and they're just like, hey, do this, do that. Like they're demanding it.
They're demanding it.
And I'm like, man, girl, you better be nice to it. It's gonna be eventually it's gonna come back, but then it doesn't matter, a robot's a robot.
I know it is. All right. Hey, thank you for listening to us. I really appreciate it. Let us know, what do you think about AI?
Hey, if you think we're crazy, let us know too,
Let us know.
or
Yep.
it's just little funny, quirky thought.
I know, man. It's wild, man. All right, check us out you can check us out in basically everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music,
And
Apple
Rumble.
Tunes. And Rumble too. We're on Rumble.
Yep.
Let us know, man. Comment down below whether you like it or not, and what do you think about AI, man?
Yeah.
Is AI the new? Is a new like?
Are we just being paranoid, or is
I
it something that's actually good? I mean,
I probably had too much Celsius.
hey, but as much as bad, it has a lot of good though.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would be streamline a lot of stuff that we do.
I guess we just gotta weigh out how much bad to the good.
Good. Yeah, I know.
But let us know.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye bye.